Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is a before and after guest video with Demolition Hound in the Geyra Doga heavy weapons type, which has always been one of Demo's favorites to my recollection. It's a great suit. I liked it before the buffs, though before the buffs I would not have taken it into 700 like I'm pretty sure Demo has done here. Well, there's a high new Gundam there, so it's got to be at least 700. Matter of fact, there's two high new Gundams there, so yeah. But it is a support with a heavy staggering large Bruno gun, ballistic version, which also has a scatter shot sub-weapon, gun tank style. So yeah, it can keep pressure on pretty well. For its main weapon, it has a beam machine gun with decent damage. And yeah, it's a good suit. And I have not tried it since it got buffed, but I have heard many good things. Sadly, the cluster shot, I swear the cluster shot is just a little bit more, I guess probably because it's only firing one shell, it's a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for here? A little bit more random, I want to say, in its in connecting than the gun tank version is. Again, single shell as opposed to multiple shell. And I wouldn't be surprised if the attack pattern was designed for the arc of the gun cannon's guns and just doesn't work quite as well with different setups. That said, though, yeah, as you can see, pretty strong. The beam machine gun has 60 ammo, which, yeah, I like. It was the first beam machine gun in the game that actually could fire continuously instead of burst fire, which is nice. And I think the building tanked both those shots. I don't think it should have, but I think it did. And yeah, Unicorn took that path up. There are several different flavors of Unicorn in this match. And yeah, and also, of course, that is the friendly High New Gundam, which is, I think, trying to get over towards Demo. But there's just a lot going on. Okay, High New took out one of the things at a distance. Demo hit that Unicorn, but it is about to hit its Awakening, which is going to heal it. So, and unfortunately, Demo is surrounded, and the rest of the team's not quite there yet. And the Nightingale is here in Demo's face, which is not great. It has enough stun resistance to be annoying, though it seems like it's a kind of luck-based for me, too. Yeah, and I have been there so many times. Demo hit the shield, so somebody else took it out after the Nightingale finished him off. And yeah, this is an ace match. So in about 2 minutes, whoever becomes the ace on each team, which will be the top scorer, will get triple points for every MS that they destroy and every assist. And everybody who can destroy an ace also gets triple points. So yeah. That is, those are the rules, as I've said before. I try not to do it every single time anymore, but those are the ace match rules, and unfortunately, a lot of times they just conflict with the daily goals. So that just kind of makes for I mean, it's not like the gotcha elements clashing with the gameplay is unusual in any game anymore. But yeah, that is the big problem with ace match and target shuffle, which is that if you need to, if you need 2 rounds where you have got taken out 2 things, and you are playing a mode where leaving that for someone else is the way you get the most points, it's just going to be a thing. See, yep, and the Nightingale is, yeah, it. I have a lot of problems with it. I feel like it's very easy to stun for its size, but if people are not, if people are not focusing on it, and if it is up in your support's face, it can get a lot of work done. It's, it's one of those things where it is designed for, I think, a fairly specific set of circumstances that you may or may not encounter using it. That's a lot of suits in this game, honestly. But let's see, ace selection in 30 seconds. I don't know if that's going to be Demo or not. I feel like a lot of other people have. Okay, yeah, that was an eye field. I think that is somebody hit the shields on that Phoenix. I think that's Phoenix. Looks like Phoenix. Maybe it's not. Not sure. It is a general with 2 shoulder shields, so I'm thinking Phoenix. I may have forgotten about a unicorn variant, but okay, yeah, the Hainu that was getting the assists on, or that Demo was getting assists from after it finished off some things is the Ace. It is using its flap boosters to get out of that corner, which is very wise. And trying to engage at range, which is smart. Looks like the Nightingale, yeah, is not going after the Ace. It is going after Demo because, yeah, Demo is, of course, the best target for it, and Nightingales do not work well in crowds, like I said. Just when everything is shooting at you, you're not going to last too long in a Nightingale. Meanwhile, though, yeah, the Ace was over there and was fighting the enemy Ace, and that just did not quite work out for them. Meantime, everything's kind of a mess, and yeah, and Allied team is down. Honestly, 6,000 is definitely a 6,000 point difference, definitely recoverable in an Ace match. So we will see what happens. But yeah, this unicorn is okay. Yeah, this okay. You know, props to the unicorn because it is playing. It is playing the objective. It left Demo for the Ace, but the Ace is way over there, and I have a feeling from the way things have been going. Okay, no, the Nightingale is actually going after the Allied Ace. So yeah, everybody suddenly realized it was time to play the objective on both teams. Looks like so. You know, that's not the worst news. Looks like the enemy Ace did snag Demo, but did not last much longer after that. So, okay, enemy Ace is Banshee Norn, which, yeah, that's another icon I don't see often enough to really know. Also, again, to avoid neck pain, I'm watching this off of the smaller window on the lower monitor because, yeah, if I had more space, I would do side by side for the monitors because looking up is not great for my particular neck condition a lot of the time. But I have the space I have, and two monitors do make things particularly handy, especially when I'm trying to size things for a YouTube video, and I can just play full screen on my 1080p monitor to get the right video size, and then monitor everything on my 2K monitor while it records. So, yeah, just I don't know. That's just how I have it set up. It's probably hideously inefficient, but again, it fits in the space. And I feel like that is a virtue that is often, that needs to be, respected more often a lot of times with work work layouts, but depending on space and the layout and etc. Anyway, Brain. Either way, okay, it looks like they managed to bring it back to the point where they only lost by 12 points. That is really. Yeah, that was a chaotic round at times, but yeah, Demo pulled off top damage at 146k. Top assist does not surprise me, because yeah, 2 and 3 with the Nightingale dogging him doesn't surprise me either. But yeah, great damage, good assists, which is kind of where you want to be for an Ace match. So yeah, that was good. Now let's take a look at it after the buffs. All right, and the follow-up round is a space round with the heavy Doga, and yeah, they gave it some interesting buffs. It now has immobile fire level 2 at the higher costs, which I'm not sure if this may be one of the lower costs versions, because yeah, I see a Mark II Magellanica, that icon I recognize, but yeah. It also got Scouting Parallel Processing Device Level 2, which actually lets you swap weapons while scoped in between your, compatible weapons. So, yeah, that is an interesting thing. Scouting Parallel Processing Device Level 1 and up also gives you the ability, good hit, and good follow-up. Yeah, he's going to be able to pile a lot of damage on that. Yeah, the Scouting Parallel Processing Device at both levels lets you access your radar while scoped in, which I feel like should be a thing on more suits. Like the gun tank in particular, it kind of bothers me. It does not have that because the gun cannon should always have access to its radar just on the basis of the gun cannon, or excuse me, not gun cannon, gun tank. That you know, technically, you have a second guy for that. You know, there's somebody who can keep an eye on that. Okay, Superb Jagan took demo down, but man, I was really kind of not expecting this to be 0 to 3,500, but I've certainly come back from that recently, so we will see how the round plays out. Dropping back in, but yeah, they also, yeah, I thought it had grenades as sub weapon, could not remember. But yeah, the cluster shot is pretty good. They up the damage, I believe, of both cannon variants, and also you may notice that the large Bruno gun, the standard shots, which are armor piercing, high explosive, as opposed to cluster shots. It now has 5 ammo instead of 4, so not going to have to reload as often, which is good because yeah, it was one of those suits that could get stuck with almost all, if not all, of its weapons reloading and be kind of in trouble. But right now it's just in trouble because this is kind of a busy round. Like this is a big map, so it's not a bad idea to stick close to your team, especially, countered the tackle, but did not get the counter, sadly. But yeah, okay, somebody else got that. That's fine. That's good. Yeah. Okay, they also supposedly the explosion radius on the armor-piercing rounds has been increased too, but I think that might be a little bit harder to see in space, just because there's a lot of space in space. But yeah, okay, plenty of good options. Just the question is, what do you go for? And Demo picked the closest one, which was a good plan, and managed to stun it and finish it off. Good damage there. Hit both shots. Yeah, and like I said, I always like this thing. I'm happy to see it catch some buffs. I have had these cause serious problems for me at higher costs anymore. And yeah, it is pretty formidable. I forget what I was trying to get around with at 700, where I was just getting locked down by an enemy heavy Doga. But yeah, it is a good suit. And let's see, so far, fairly close scores. But yeah, the damage, as you can see, after the buffs, the damage Demo is putting out here at 550. Pretty comparable to what he was doing at 700. So that's the caliber of buff we were looking at here. And yeah, so okay, yep, Mark II Magellanica. I did recognize the icon. Hooray! But yeah, if you haven't looked at G Generation Eternal lately, the anniversary update has hit. There's a bunch of like special missions and things to get bonus spawn, gotcha pulls, words. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. There's also like a special mission thing to get a fairly decent version of Lock-On Stratos and Gundam Dynamis right now. So yeah, it's a good time to pick it up if you've been interested and have wanted to give it a shot. I believe it is also Google Play Games compatible, so if you don't want to play it on a mobile device, you don't have to anymore. So that's a nice thing. I like, mobile devices are just another thing like my monitors that are just not great for my neck at this point. So yeah, being able to just play on something where it is a larger would be nice. I keep forgetting to do that with G-Gen Eternal for some reason, but just force of habit, I suppose. But I wish they'd do that for Fate Grand Order too, because that is just... There's a lot of decent animation in both those games, and seeing them on a larger screen would be nice. So the other mobile thing that has escaped its original platform recently that I keep wanting to try is the original Grand Blue Fantasy, which is now available on Steam. But Yeah, it looks like Demo was right, and despite trying to land some explosive shots that, on the person trying to base bomb, it looks like they had pulled that off. But yeah, and it's a really dicey prospect trying to defuse in space just because, yeah, you don't have a lot of cover. Like, the person was hiding while they were waiting for their chance, but you're just out in the open when you're defusing. So if your team does not is not playing point defense for you while you try and defuse that bomb, you're just going to get blown up. That's just how it works. So yeah, the good news is that it looks like the enemy team, yeah, has not okay. Yeah, now they've managed to overtake the allied team's score with the help of the base bomb, but that is as close as they have gotten. So if okay, yeah, actually, I hate to say it, I think they're going to pull this off just because, yeah, awful lot of the allied team on low health at the end of the round, so that makes things, that is pretty much the perfect setup for somebody to pull off a from behind victory like this. So, but there's 20 seconds yet, and Demo can do a lot of damage. So, yeah, if he can land enough shots, there's still a chance. Good shot there. Yeah, they can take out if the team can take out one more thing and nobody else drops, they have a good chance at this. But this is going to be a really close one too, regardless. Yeah, unfortunately, the rocks soaked a lot of things there. So, in the end, I think it's going to be another close loss, but really good performance. So, let's take a look and see what we've got here. Swept the board, 5180 out of 14,000. Very nice, 139K, 7-3. Oh man, shame to get a rating down from that. That was a really good round. Either way, that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later. All right, so what they have done for the Heavy Doga, they have given it special leg buffer level 3. They have given it damage control level 1, so harder to stun with build stun, I believe it's that one. Has immobile fire system level 1 for added damage for, well, pretty much all of its stopped fire weapons. At level 1 and 2. At level 3 and 4, it has level 2, so an even higher bonus. I believe immobile fire system level 2 may provide some extra defense as well. High performance scope level 3 went to level 4, so added magnification. And scouting parallel processing device level 1 adjusted to level 2. So yeah, you can actually swap between modes of your cannon while scoped. The main large Bruno gun weapon has the main fire mode has gone from 2,800 damage per shot at level 1 to 3,000. Got an extra point of ammo, went from 4 to 5. Cooldown time between shots was dropped by a second from 7 to 6. Reload times shortened by 10 seconds. 15-second reload time now, 25 before. Yeah, like I said, you could get caught without weapons with this a lot more easily previously, and yeah, that's not going to be as much of a problem anymore. Projectile speed is increased, higher explosion radius upon impact, so it should stagger things around the point of impact a little bit better. Rigidity time after using weapon is shortened, so yeah, you're stuck in place after firing less. And swap time is also shortened. Meanwhile, on the cluster shot, an extra 100 damage. And also, cooldown time has been short between shots has been shortened from 3 seconds to 2. So yeah, that's pretty good. That's really good actually. Let's see, and just to show the stats. Yeah, the average win rate for support's at 550, 51%. It was at 43. Rival win rate is 50.7% on average for supports. It was at 38. Damage was way down. Between 83,000 is the average. It was at 66K. And MS losses were up by zero point 0.2 on average. So 3.5 instead of 3 1/3. At level 2, it's pretty similar. Similar all around. Lower win rates, lower rival win rates. The damage is up from level 1 a little bit, but the average damage for support spikes at 600 by another 11,000 basically. So yeah, it's not that much of an increase. Interesting, the losses are 3.5 versus 3.3 at every level, but that's weirdly consistent. Okay, so at 650, the level 3 doing about the same, 51% on average for supports, 43.5 for the Doga, down to 30% rival win rate, and 66,000 damage versus 99,000 on average. So yeah, a third down versus other supports. Man, like I said, I also thought this thing was pretty good, but again, I also would not have run it at 700 before this. But just to put a point on how well Demo was doing in the before round, he had about double the average damage for this suit. At level 4 at 700, the Heavy Doga was averaging 69,000 damage. He did, almost double that, maybe a little more. I think it was more than double. Wasn't it like 145? But yeah, the average for across all supports was 110,000. So yeah, he was beating that too. Yeah, as you can see, the support type win and rival win were both 36.8. Interesting. But yeah, that is a major improvement, and I am glad they did that because, like I said, I always like this thing.